Hi, I'm Masha from Learn English with Be Fluent. Welcome to American Pronunciation Lesson 2. If you haven't watched American Pronunciation Lesson 1, please turn off the video, go back, watch Lesson 1, and then come and join us. So welcome. So I'm really excited about lesson number 2. We're going to be going over something pretty interesting. But before we do that, let's take a look at some of the things that we were doing last time. So just to quickly review, last time we were talking about rhythm, and we were talking a little bit about rhyme and how important rhyming is for training listening and helping children and English learners understand the different sounds that English makes. And a good way to practice is, for example, this book, The Cat in the Hat, Cat, Hat, Rhyme. And so this book really focuses on a lot of rhyming sounds. So let's take a look at the first page of this book. I'm going to give you a second to look at the words, the sentences, and try to read it on your own. Now, let's read it together. So I'm going to read it one time first, and then we'll do it together. So I'm thinking about this rhythm. The sun didn't shine. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. So I'm thinking about my timing. So let's try this rhyme together. We won't do it too fast, but the more you do it, the faster you will be able to read it. So let's try. The sun didn't shine. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. So trying to keep up to that. Try it on your own a few more times. Another book that I really like is the Pete the Cat series. It's fun, it's very light. It's something that you can just start your practice on. And this is one of my favorite phrases or sentences that they say in this book. And it also has rhyming. So we have the word singing and shining, right? And then bright and all right. So take a second, look at it. So I'll read it one time and then we can practice it together. The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, and I'm feeling all right. Let's try it together. The birds are singing, the sky is bright, the sun is shining, and I'm feeling all right. It's a very positive message, so I like it. All right, so let's get to our topic today. So our topic today is alliteration. This is a really long word that just basically means when we have two words that are next to each other that have the same sound or letter repeated. So basically the repetition of the same first sound. So let's take a look. You see here, the S's are highlighted in purple. And so that's the sound that we're focusing on. The sweet smell of spring made me feel excited. And so a lot of times poets, writers use alliteration because hearing the same sound is, I suppose, soothing to the ear, and a lot of English words seem to work together well when they have the same sound. So let's take a look. Why is alliteration important? First of all, it helps learners become more aware of sounds. So you start to focus on sounds more, and it makes learners pay more attention to the sounds in words. So when people are talking, you start to focus more on the words themselves. Let's think of some examples. So first of all, when children are little or when English learners are practicing certain sounds and pronunciation, this is a very common sentence that we practice, the s and the sh sound. So if you take a look, she sells seashells by the seashore. So it's a sh, sh kind of practice. And you're supposed to read it a little bit faster. So let's read it together. I put the slashes so you can know when to pause. So for example, she sells seashells by the seashore. So let's try it together. She sells seashells by the seashore. So that's kind of a fun one. And you're supposed to do it faster. She sells seashells by the seashore. So this is another tongue twister. It has a lot of P's. It practices the sound. English uses a lot of your muscles around your lips, and this is a good practice for working out your mouth muscles. So I'm going to read it the first time, and then we can try it together. So it's practicing the p, p sound. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? So a question about Peter and where he put his peppers. Doesn't have much meaning, but it's really good practice for the p sound. It does make your lips a little tired. So, all right, let's do it together now. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? That is so difficult. You really have to focus. And you can try it a few times by yourself with the timing. But yeah, your lips get tired. So where can we see alliteration in everyday life? Okay, so first of all, a lot of kids' characters have alliteration in their names. Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Minnie Mouse, SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't know him well, but there's the S sound, Bugs Bunny, Peppa Pig, and Big Bird. There are probably many more, but as you can see, it's something that is familiar to especially children. Also, when we look at company names, we can see alliteration in famous companies. So, for example, Coca-Cola, Dunkin' Donuts, American Airlines, Best Buy, Lululemon, Krispy Kreme. Those are pretty good donuts. We can also see it in sports names. The New York Knicks, the only New York team, Cleveland Cavaliers, Los Angeles Lakers, San Antonio Spurs. We can see it probably in other sports teams. Also, we can see alliteration in comic books. So we have Lunella Lafayette, who's also known as Moon Girl, Clark Kent, who is Superman, right? We have Wonder Woman. We have the Silver Surfer, Peter Parker, who's also Spider-Man. We have Lois Lane and Daredevil. So a lot of the characters alliteration in their name. We also see it in expressions that we use, like Taco Tuesday. On Tuesdays, a lot of people like to eat tacos. Thirsty Thursday, a lot of bars are open, give drinks, especially to women. And Terrible Twos, when we talk about kids misbehaving around that age, we call it the Terrible Twos. The last part that I wanted to talk about was that in English, we have some expressions that have alliteration. So one expression is blind as a bat. It's when you have really bad eyesight. I am blind as a bat without my glasses. We have good as gold, which means good behavior. How was my daughter at school today? She was good as gold. Hot as hell means very hot. Wow, it's hot as hell out there. Probably not the most polite phrase, but with friends or something like that, you can say it. Maybe not to your boss or in a formal situation. Picture perfect, when something is like just perfect. You could say like, sorry, this is a picture perfect place for my party. And the last one is a moneymaker. So that means that it can bring you a lot of money. So that idea is definitely a money maker. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed American Pronunciation Lesson 2, where we talked about alliteration. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel. Our next lesson number 3, will be about tone. And after that, we'll begin our sound practice. Thank you so much, and I hope you join us again.